Hey, 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 you beautiful twin flames, and welcome back to Tarot for You 444. The energies have been a little bit tough, a little bit tough. Some of you have been going through many dark nights of the soul and abandonment issues, and, missing your counterpart like crazy. So, I wanted to do a little bit of a check in. Really for the divine masculine. I know the feminines are struggling, even though they're trying to stay in their heart space. So the tarot is just telling me kind of what's going on with you. I know many of you are really struggling to stay in your heart space because you miss your divine masculines a lot. We've got like a fork in the road right now going on. We've got, half of you are in communication with your masculines and everything's going tickety-boo, wonderful, and the other half of you are in separation and wondering why your divine masculine is acting the way he is. Perhaps have been ignoring you or ghosted you, or not coming in with much communication. So at the moment, the throat chakra is being really affected here, and that's a good indication that either your heart chakra is blocked or your divine masculine, if you're a divine feminine listening today, your divine masculine's heart chakra is blocked off. So if you can work on your chakras, that's a really good way. If you type in Chakra Mantra on YouTube, I think it's a 21-minute video by Meditative Mind. Just type in Chakra Mantra and it will come up, and it's about 21 minutes. And it will do all of your chakras, and it's, the chanting, the, Om, those ones, the different ones. And it's 21 minutes. And if you can do that on a daily basis, you should notice a shift. Divine masculine is not wanting to talk to me right now. He is not playing the game. Feeling a lot of, for those of you who are in separation, your divine masculine is in his ego. He may also be a fire sign. Dum, dum, da, dum. If you've ever dealt with a fire sign in a masculine energy that's in their ego, that's a little bit scary. So I'm using 3 decks today. I want to do a check-in with divine masculine for those twin flames who are in separation. Because like I say, the twin flames who are, going okay with their masculines, we don't really have to say too much at the moment about that. So time is a factor here. Some of you want to hear from your divine masculines in a certain frame of time, and the reason that you want to do this in your certain frame of time is because you have an idea about coming together in some kind of way in the near future, I feel. So I feel like you feel as though whatever happened needs to be a gap bridged there. There needs to the bridge needs to be, the gap needs to be bridged. Or if you had a bridge and there's a gap in it, you're really feeling the gap. So here you are, divine feminine, trying to, stay on the path of taking care of you, but at the same time, we've got this haywire energy. Imagine all of those clocks going off at the same time. Cuckoo, cuckoo, tick-tock, tick-tock, ding, 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 ding. Imagine all of your alarms on your phone. Imagine all of your alarms on your phone. Elmo's here today. He wants to say that he loves you, by the way, divine feminine, because I know the ones of you who are in separation from your masculine, all you need is a big hug right now. So Elmo's trying to show you how he hugs. Ready? So if you can imagine Elmo, he's not going to, hopefully he's not a vampire. He's going to try and hug you, okay? This is a virtual hug from Elmo. So we'll keep diving in. I don't know where I can put Elmo, if he's going to sit up there or not. Ooh, he might fall off. He might fall off of there. We'll have to put you back for now, Elmo. Just put you there. See, he's still there. He's still here. And Little Red Riding Hood's there as well, giving her spooky look. All right, so let's keep diving in. So Divine Feminine, you're showing up in the beginning of the Divine Masculine reading because you're going through a little bit of haywiredness. Haywiredness, that's what I want to say. My new word for today. Okay, so your Divine Masculine, if you're in separation or not speaking very much, he's anchored himself into some burden. He's got a lot going on, and I feel like what he's going on, I don't know, can you see how I'm tongue twisted today? I feel like what's going on with him is that he hasn't been able to make as much money as he would like, or he hasn't been able to feel as secure as he'd like in his physical world. This can also denote some health issues, either mental health or physical health issues coming through for your Divine Masculine. And the fish were coming up the other day in a different deck, and these fish are the need for him to fish represent omega-3, but fish are also the need for him to dive deep into himself and, squash this past depression episode that he's had. He's kind of like, what's missing? And it's you two being able to talk to one another. That's what's missing. So he's missing you, and he's diving deep into himself, and that's the truth. So let's keep progressing for a little while longer here. Wow, we have a possible union coming up in the near future. So he may contact you, he may reach out to you. Let's see what this is about. He's not sure if it's going to be fruitious is my next word. You know what I mean? He's not sure if much is going to come from it. This would be a man who believes that he's growing something. He's not sure if he reaches out that he'll be able to grow anything with you. Let's see why he doesn't think he might be able to, because you left him out in the cold. Okay, you left him out in the cold in some kind of way. Maybe you told him off. Maybe you said or didn't have time for him, or said, I don't have time for you. But I really feel like he's also hermiting himself. Okay, so let's see, where do we go from here? Okay, so we've got a lucky cycle beginning. I'm getting Monday. So on Monday, a lucky new cycle is going to begin from Monday on. So from now until Monday, if you're a Divine Feminine and your Divine Masculine's not reaching out to you, what I really want you to do is work on your chakras, really importantly, connect in with Source, God, Allah, Buddha, Creator, whoever that is for you. Stop worrying about the karmic. Okay, stop worrying about the karmic. And stop denying yourself the love that you deserve. So a lot of Divine Feminines write to me or talk to me and say things like, well, I can give myself all this self-love. I can, I can continually do this for myself. But the one thing that's missing is intimacy. And intimacy is something that you can't give to yourself. But the fact of the matter is that if you come into an intimate situation with your Divine Masculine while you're not really on the same page with one another, it's going to create more and more problems. So it's much better that if you're feeling like you need intimacy, it's much better that you go, you go to the massage parlor and get physical touch that way. Or maybe you sit down and have, an afternoon cup of tea with your friend, and you might hold hands with your friend. You know what I mean? Or you have a pet that you can love, or, a child that you can nurture, or something like that. So intimacy doesn't necessarily mean sex. And that's a really important distinction here on the twin flame journey. I feel like he's got a lot to say, and I feel like I love my Chinese deck. I feel like my Chinese deck is going to tell me what he wants to say in the next 4 cards to the Divine Feminine. Okay, here's the castle. So for some of you, a castle may be a synchronicity of some kind. I'm getting that song, someday my prince will come, right? So cute in Cinderella here. So this is what he wants to say to you. We've got the castle first of all. Then we have the carnival, or the ride. Okay. And then we have the staircase. Okay, look at the 2 paths. There's 2 paths to go here. And it's a 22, which might be a synchronicity. And then we have the birds. Wow, a number 12. This is amazing because your divine masculine is saying, look, we had a bit of a roller coaster ride, okay? You kind of went a bit crazy, divine feminine. You're a bit cray-cray. You were kind of hoping for some kind of fairy tale thing with me. But I want you to be realistic, right? I want you to see the difference. This is what your masculine is saying to you. I want you to see the difference between your imagination of me and the reality of me. Because your imagination of me seems to be a little bit on the fairy tale side. It's this fairy tale idea. So he wants you to take stock of what actually feeds him. He wants you to understand that he's being fed by a lot of things around him at the moment that are both beautiful and scary. So if we notice the birds, some of them are peaceful. This one's about to eat. This one's kind of coming in to swoop down. He's dealing with reality, and you're kind of dreaming him in as this fantasy right now, and he doesn't feel like he can be part of your fantasy. All right? Wow. And then he says, I want you to pray for me. I want you to pray for me. And this is the completion, the 9. The 3 and the 6 equals the 9. So it may also be a synchronicity if you're into the Nikola Tesla 369 theory. Okay? So pray for me. I've been going through a burdensome time. Perhaps troubles with money, perhaps troubles with the karmic. And I'm just going to put all of these Chinese cards back in the deck here. I don't know why I keep referencing China. There's something important about China. Maybe your divine masculine eats Chinese food, or maybe there's something to do with Asian culture here. Feng Shui or something like that. Wow. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what spirit are just talking to me right now. So, in the past you were poisonous. But then we have the 7. You were poisonous to me, but I still love you. I still love you. Je ne sais pas pourquoi. If you're thinking about sending a message, and here goes my throat chakra, hang on. The advice is to not send a message to your divine masculine right now. Do not send a message, because it will not be received with the intent that you want it to be. So, don't send them anything right now. I don't know, I'm getting this other song. Please don't let this feeling end. It's everything I am, everything I want to be. I can see what's mine now, finding out what's true. It's an old-fashioned song. Since I found you, looking through the eyes of love. He's not in that loving space, which is why my throat chakra's blocked. His heart chakra's blocked, right? He's not going to see your messages as childlike or loving. He's not going to see the beauty in you right now because he's going through something else. So the advice is to continue looking after yourself. See the mirror here? Take a look at yourself in the mirror. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. Do 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 do. If you something, take a look at yourself. He's taking a look at himself. So if he's made a mistake, if he's done something wrong, he's looking at himself. How do you get him to come to you? You go within to the tree of knowledge. Okay, you are a wealth of information. Believe it or not, everything you need is within inside of yourself. All of the happiness, all of the love, all of the change, all of the wonderment. Many of you divine feminines are sick of working on yourself, but that's where it's at. That's where the key is. So if you could imagine yourself as a tree, imagine how much depth there is inside of a tree. Like if you took a tree apart, even when you look at furniture and you see the wood grain and how it changes throughout, and how, even on the age of a tree, it can tell you so much information. The message here is that, within inside of you is all of the knowledge you need. Yeah, this isn't a fairy tale. This isn't like a, you're the love of my life, we're going to go live happily ever after, with a picket fence kind of thing. I mean, it can be, but to get to that point, you have to shed a lot of things. So you do have to nurture your inner child. You do have to realize that you have a shadow side. You do have to understand that your divine masculine also has a shadow side, and that he's not necessarily going to show up the way you want him unless you know how to manifest. Right now, the divine feminine is kind of gambling with her journey. She's gambling with her journey. And we have the 6, the 4, and the 3. She wants harmony, stability, and congruence, but yet she's not willing to change herself. So the change in the masculine comes about because you actually decide to have a communion with your creator. As you have this union inside of yourself, as you understand who you are in terms of where where you fit in with your creator, when you shed your ego, you'll come to understand that all of the inner work that you must do to get into union has a lot of cycles to it. So, just when you think that you've, shed all of that stuff, or just when you think when you've learned enough, that you've learned enough, there's more and more and more. Just as the moon has its cycles, just as the moon continually wraps and has these cycles, you're continually learning. And there's no doubt that he loves you. Look at the engagement ring that he has for you in the future. If and when, that's the masculine symbol, but it's also a ring. He's fully in his ego right now. He's fully climbing his own mountain. Remember that song? Climb every mountain. Do, 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 do. I should know the words. Follow every rainbow till you find your dreams. But, the chatter of the mind in the feminine right now is getting in the way. The feminine has really kind of been in that energy of, she may have sent a long text message or an email or a letter or something like that, wishing and hoping for a reply, wishing and hoping that that would be enough to get into union. But he's still sitting there on his own, because many divine feminines, and this is going to trigger some of you, but many of you are in that mode, If you like it, then you better put a ring on it. If you like it, then you better put a ring on it. Oh, oh, oh. It's very masculine energy. That song is really masculine. We've kind of come to this place where women are really empowered now. Women really can do a lot of things for themselves. But the problem with that is they also can be toxic. So you've got a choice as a divine feminine. You can be toxic or you can be beautiful. The toxic version of divine feminine is the one that is like no fucks given. I'll do what I like. I'll do it when I like. I'm fully in my ego. I'm getting all that material stuff. You know what I mean? She is fully focused on her outside world rather than her inner sanctuary. And this is a great card for that, inner sanctuary. And the masculine can feel your masculine energy pushing on him, and it actually repels him. So that's a really important thing here. We have the potential of the engagement ring only if the divine feminine stays in her purity. So only if you are pure, only if you shed your ego, only if you come to understand that you are beautiful and pure and sensitive and nurturing, and the feminine receiving energy, not sending your divine masculine messages if they're not in contact with you. You need to be the receiving energy, divine feminine. You don't want to chase your divine masculine down and make him love you. If you have to make someone love you, then there's a problem. Because love is a loyalty thing, Love is something that, if you get a pet and they love you unconditionally, it's because they love you unconditionally. You don't sit and force the pet in front of you and say, love me, love me, love me, nor would you do that with a human being. So I've just got to check the time. Okay, I've got 2 more minutes. So let's see what he wants to say to you. I'm going to use this other deck here. What does he want to finally say to you today? Okay, we've got cards flipping out already. Yeah, I'm still passionate about you. I'm also wary of coming in because the last time we spoke, you reminded me a little bit of my karmic, whoever that is for them. All right. He feels that you were a little bit distorted. And so he turned his back on you. So how do you come out of that distortion and back in to love? Who do you focus on? Do you focus on your divine masculine or do you focus on yourself? Because for many of you, you are willing to argue about things, whether that's on social media, whether that's in life in general. But everything you do outside of yourself is also reflected in your twin flame journey. So if you're being mean to people, if you're starting arguments with people, if you're being jealous and all that stuff, it will all feed into your twin flame journey. Now, that's not to say that you should be talking with people who aren't good for you. Toxic people need to go, and that's for sure. Some of you have a twin flame that's with someone else, and that in itself is the block. All right, it's time for you to nurture yourself, divine feminine. And if you need to get a circle of friends around you that aren't toxic, or family members, or, you know, join a group or have a hobby or something like that to make yourself feel better, we need to come out of this toxic energy, divine feminine. You know, are you in fifth dimensional consciousness or are you in third dimensional consciousness? You need to decide one way or the other, because we all know what happens to Adam and Eve in the Bible when apparently Eve ate that apple, and I'm pretty sure Adam did too. They both ate the apple. Of course she did it first. She couldn't help it. She was hungrier than Adam. But whether or not you believe in that Bible story, the fact of the matter is that you know what's forbidden and what you shouldn't be doing, divine feminine. So if you know what you shouldn't be doing and you're still partaking in it, then that is increasing the toxicity that's coming into your twin flame relationship. So I want you to stop doing that. You might be overindulging in a certain food. You might be self-sabotaging yourself in some kind of other way. You might be giving your body away to people who don't deserve you, right? Or your mind, or your time, or your, I don't know. But I really feel that the divine feminine, you need to really take stock of your life right now and understand that your divine masculine loves you in his soul space. But right now, the truth is that he doesn't really want to apologize to you just yet. Okay? It's a maybe. Maybe I'll come back when I'm ready. And then we get, I'm ignoring you right now for good reason until I feel like communicating with you. Right? So he is in his ego a little bit. You may have emasculated him or made him feel sad or depressed about what he did to you, and that caused an unhappy time. So he's coming slowly. He's still deciding when. Because he thinks you're a little bit wrapped up in yourself right now, divine feminine. Maybe you are, maybe you're not, but the sexual attraction is still there. Some of them might be going through some kind of legal thing, or this can also denote some kind of travel thing. Maybe you told them about a travel thing, or they told you about a travel thing, or maybe the issue was related to travel. Anything to do with travel regarding divine masculine or feminine, or anything to do with any legalities, within the next, from now until the next 8 months, from whenever you're watching this video, you have got the green light to go ahead with travel or with legal situations like marriage, including marriage. But the truth is, you turned his world upside down in some kind of way, and he's still being defensive. Okay, still being defensive. So hold on to your hats, divine feminine. If you need to talk with me or get a counseling session with me, I am booking up quite fast at the moment, so make sure you get onto that ASAP. I also do personal readings. I can tell you whether someone is your twin flame or not. I actually see auras, and I can tell you whether you are a match or not in photographs. I've got some wonderful courses. I've got my Game Changer course. I've got my Twin Flame system, my Ascension package, my manifesting courses, negative energy removal. So check out in the description box below. And thank you so much for any donations. They're really appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just getting a message from his soul right now. Not from his ego, from his fifth dimensional consciousness, not his third. Okay, what does he want to say? There it is. I won't give up on you, so don't give up on me, please. 2 more to come. Please don't doubt my love for you. It's the only thing I'm sure of. I'm connected with you no matter where you are. So this is a reminder to you today, Divine Feminine. Your Divine Masculine hasn't gone anywhere. Maybe his body is over there and your body is over there. But in a soul space, when we're talking about soul recognition, you really are the same. You are the same. You have the same soul. Okay? So whatever you're longing for from your soul, he is also longing for that too. I hope you have a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world. I'm on a time crunch today, so I'll get this uploaded as soon as I can. And don't forget, if you want to do counseling with me or a reading, book in as soon as you can, because I am getting booked up really fast. Mwah! Much love to you, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. And before we go, we'll very quickly sing Joyful, Joyful, and then we'll go, okay? Joyful, joyful, Lord, we adore you. God of glory, God of light. Hearts unfold like flowers before him. By the way, what have you done for him lately? Ooh, yeah. What have you done for him lately? Ooh, yeah. Okay, remember, Spirit, Creator, God, Source, God, Allah, Buddha, whoever it is you believe in, you need to connect in there. That's where you gain your strength from. No other person on earth will give you the strength that your Creator will give you. I love you all so much. Remember, Meditative Mind, the Chakra Cleanse, it's 21 minutes. Just type in Chakra Mantra on YouTube, and it'll come up, and it's totally free. You can watch that and listen to that, and your chakras will feel amazing. Unblock your throat chakra, unblock your heart, any of the other chakras that are blocked, it will help with, especially the heart chakra. And the solar plexus is also very important right now. I love you all so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Mwah. Bye, everyone. Bye.